Welcome to Restorative Yoga. All you need is a mat, somewhere comfortable to lay, some comfy clothes, all that good stuff. And we're actually going to start on all fours today, switching things up a little bit. So we're going to place hands directly below the shoulders, knees below hips. We're just going to start to settle in and kind of start to take some circles. So starting to bring the hips back behind us and shifting forward. Pick one direction to start. You can listen to your body and move as much or as little as you'd like. You can kind of stay more right over hands and knees, or you can start to kind of venture out, really pushing those hips back and shifting forward. Important thing with restorative yoga, especially listening to your body and finding whatever movements or variations of the movement feel good. All right, we'll slowly start to switch directions with our circles. And you can kind of play around with how big of circles you want to draw. If you want to stay more in the center, that is totally fine. If you want to venture back further, you can. Always fun to mix and match too. Make some small circles, make some big circles. Let's take a couple more here, starting to focus on our breath. Really trying to slow down our inhales and our exhales. Good. All right. We're going to slowly make our way to some stillness. So hands are directly below shoulders. Knees are again below those hips. We'll slowly begin to inhale and drop the belly down, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone, begin to cow. We'll exhale to round out the spine and press through the palms, moving into cat. Another big inhale to drop the belly down, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. And then a big exhale to round out the spine and pull the shoulder blades apart. Let's go through one more big inhale to drop the belly down, lift the gaze. And a big exhale to round out the spine. We'll make our way back to a neutral spine tabletop position and take a moment to maybe roll the wrists out, shift side to side, and good time to play around with some movements that feel good for your body today. Good. All right, from here, we're going to gently start to pick up the right hand. So shifting all of our weight into that left side. We're going to rotate open as far as comfortable. You can also start to widen your stance, walking the knees out a little bit further, taking some wrist rolls at the top here. We'll take one more big inhale to really reach open. And as we exhale, we're going to slowly start to swoop down, threading the needle, bring our right hand across and right ear down to the mat. Now you can keep your hips lifted a little bit more so than, say, a child's pose. We're going more for a puppy dog pose with the hips. Once you get settled down, you can start to walk that left hand out, really reaching through the fingertips. Good. Hold here for 2 deep breaths. Feeling a nice stretch in the shoulders, upper back. Good. After your second deep breath, you can slowly start to press through that left palm to lift ourselves up, unwind, and we'll take a moment to reset here. Roll the wrists, maybe just take a breath or two. Good. And once you're feeling ready, we're going to slowly start to shift our weight into that right hand. Pick that left arm up and start to rotate open as far as comfortable. And you can adjust the legs as needed, maybe take a little bit wider stance, if you will, on the knees. Take one more big inhale to really reach through the fingertips. As we exhale, we'll slowly start to thread the needle, bringing that left hand through and rotating down, bringing left ear to the mat. Once you get settled in, we'll slowly start to walk that right hand forward. You're reaching through the fingertips. Again, keeping our hips lifted more so than sitting down on the heels for now. Good, we'll take 2 deep breaths here and really try to slow those breaths down. Good. And whenever you're done with your 2 deep breaths, we'll slowly start to press up through that right palm, lifting ourselves up to unwind. And from here, we'll go ahead and sink those hips back to child's pose, bringing them down towards the heels, stretching through the fingertips, and you can relax forehead to the mat. We'll take a moment here just to ground down and kind of check in with the body, noticing how we're feeling so far in this nice slow practice. Maybe working to release some areas of tension, shifting side to side if the hips are feeling a little tight. Maybe trying to unclench the jaw if you're noticing some tension in the upper body, letting the shoulders melt down. Good. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Feeling the upper back rise with the inhale. Feeling everything compress down with the exhale. 1 more. Good. After that second deep breath, we'll slowly start to peel the forehead off the mat. Walk the hands up towards us ever so slightly. We'll make our way to a comfortable seated position. Right, so we'll begin sitting up nice and tall, just cross-legged. Always an option too, if you'd like to kind of prop yourself up sitting on a yoga block or a pillow. Take time to settle in if you want to make any adjustments or grab any props. Once you're comfortable, I'm going to start to grasp the hands over the knees and lean back slightly just so we can feel a little bit of tension going through the shoulders, through the arms, using gravity to get a little pull in those muscles. And we'll focus on squeezing the shoulder blades together in the back and holding the arms right here. We're going to add in some neck stretches. So as we inhale, we're going to slowly start to gaze up towards the ceiling, going up as far as comfortable, really gentle. On the exhale, starting to dip chin to chest, gazing down at the ground. As we inhale, again, gazing up towards the ceiling. Of course, you can move at your own pace. And exhale, slowly tucking chin to chest. Go through 2 more rotations at your own pace, matching movement to breath. So inhaling as we look up. And exhale as we gaze down. Nice slow movement here. Inhale to look up. And exhale down. Good. We'll make our way to a neutral neck, so just gazing forward. You can close the eyes if you'd like, if you haven't already. We'll slowly kind of start to let ourselves round. So give you a side view here. So finding more of a cat position. So starting to arch through the back, make more of a C position, but still hanging onto the knees. Find that stretch. We'll just hold here. Maybe lean back a little more if that's comfortable. Tuck chin to chest. Take 1 more deep breath. But we'll slowly start to return to that comfortable seat. Go ahead and release the arms for a moment, just sitting up nice and tall. We shake the hands out. You roll the shoulders around. Shake those out. Good. Have a little fun with it. All right. From here, as we continue to find length through the spine, sitting up tall, lifting the chest, we're going to inhale and reach the arms up overhead, nice and big, finding length through the fingertips. We'll just take a moment to kind of shift right, left, whatever movements feel good. Really finding that stretch in the shoulders, the upper back. Good. Your next inhale, reaching both arms overhead once again. We'll clasp the hands together and start to kind of press through the palms. You should feel the chest start to activate, feel the shoulders start to get a little warm. Hold here for one deep breath. And after your breath, we're going to slowly start to pull the hands back behind us and start to open through the elbows. You can go back as far as comfortable if you'd like. You can kind of release the palms and just keep the fingers together and listen to your body and find what feels good for you today. We'll continue to hold here again, really focusing on opening up through the elbows. Always shift side to side, a little twist going. But we'll take one more big inhale. As we exhale, we'll go ahead and release, bringing the arms back down to the mat. We'll just let them be heavy for a moment, giving the shoulders a chance to kind of reset, let the body settle down. Good. On your next inhale, we're going to pick that left hand up and start to reach it all the way overhead and to the side. You can use that right hand as kind of a kickstand, little support. We hold this position just for a moment. Maybe twinkling the fingers, maybe rolling out the wrist. Great movements, especially if you do a lot of typing or repetitive movements with the hands. Important to give them a little release. Take one more big inhale, really reach. And as we exhale, we'll bring the left hand back down to the mat. And take a moment to roll the shoulders, maybe just shake them out, reset. Good. And on your next inhale, going to slowly start to peel that right hand up and over, reaching all the way across as far as comfortable, and using that left hand as, again, support, kickstand to the body as we hold here. Appreciating that stretch from the shoulders all the way down the back into the obliques. Always an option too, you can twinkle those fingers, take some jazz hands, whatever feels good. Let's take one more big inhale, really reach through the fingertips. As we exhale, we'll bring the hand back down to the mat. Nice and big. Good. All right, we're gonna slowly start to bring the hands back behind us. And then just kind of lean back slightly, focusing on squeezing those shoulder blades together so you can kind of keep those hands in close together. And from here, we're going to slowly start to bring our gaze to the right shoulder, just going as far as comfortable. Continue to squeeze the shoulder blades and just hold here. Finding a little stretch through the neck. Good, we'll take one more deep breath. As we exhale, slowly bringing the gaze back to the center. Next inhale, we'll start to bring our gaze to the left, going over the shoulder as far as comfortable, continuing to squeeze those shoulder blades tight. Just holding here for a moment. Good, we'll take one more deep breath. As we exhale, gently bringing the gaze back to the center. Good. We'll lean forward, bring the left hand up. We'll flip the fingertips down and just give a gentle pull a release for the forearm, wrist. Take one deep breath. And after that exhale, we'll just slowly let that arm fall down. Take a couple rolls, give a little shake to the shoulders. And we'll slowly lift that right hand up, flip the palms to face the ground, or the fingertips, I should say. Give a little pull and hold here for a deep breath. And we'll slowly just let the arms bring it back down to the lap. Let them relax and be heavy. Here we're going to gently start to open up in the hips. We're going to bring feet together, knees out nice and wide, moving to a butterfly stretch. Gently hinge forward and press down lightly on the knees with the elbows. We'll do our best to unclench the jaw, let the face relax, let the shoulders relax. If you feel any tension with the shoulders bringing up to the ears, just start to shake them out, release. I will take one more deep breath here. After that deep breath, we'll slowly begin to shift ourselves back. We'll find a cross-legged position again, just to roll our hands forward, moving into a nice big gate stretch. So beginning on all fours, we're going to slowly kick that right leg out. So the foot is just parallel with your mat. From here, we're going to gently start to pick ourselves up off the ground. Place your right hand on the right hip. On your inhale, we're going to swoop left arm over and as far as comfortable to really open up through the side, open up through that hip. You can kind of work into it too if you want to hang out a little more vertical. You can take your time, maybe just move gently in that stretch. Always remembering to breathe. We'll take one more deep breath here. Exhale, slowly beginning to release, bring that left hand back down. We'll shift forward to plant the hands on the ground. From here, we're going to gently just shift forward and backward just a few times. Going back as far as comfortable. You should feel a little stretch in the right hamstrings, right hip. Good. Whenever you're ready, you can slowly begin to bring that right knee back to the ground. Maybe take a moment to shift the hips, make some little circles. When you're ready for it, we'll switch to that left side. So again, we'll just gently start to kick that left leg out as straight as we can, making sure our toes or feet are parallel with the mat. We'll slowly begin to pick ourselves up off the mat, place left hand on left hip. As we inhale, we'll reach that right arm up overhead, going as far as comfortable. And if you want to kind of start more vertical, work into it, that's a great place to start. Nice deep stretch for the hips. A little bit of everything, shoulders down the back into the side body. You can add wrist rolls, stretch the fingers. Let's take one more deep breath. So you reach through the fingertips. As we exhale, we'll slowly bring the hands back down and find the ground with both palms. Gently beginning to shift forward and backward. A little bonus stretch for the hip on the left side, as well as those left hamstrings. Just really gentle with this movement. You can go back as far as comfortable. Using that right leg for support. Good. Whenever you're ready, and slowly begin to make your way back to a seat. So we'll bring that left leg back to the mat. Just kind of shift onto a hip. Now we're going to make our way all the way down to the mat. So just rolling down very slow, one vertebra at a time. Waking the core up just a little bit. Good. Begin with just an overhead reach. Let the arms just be heavy on the ground, but stretching. We bring the elbows out a little bit wide. Feel that stretch in the shoulders, the chest. Let's take a deep breath. Kind of settle into our mat. Good. From here, we'll slowly bring those hands down to the sides. We'll take a bend in the knees, beginning to move into some windshield wipers, letting the knees fall off to either side, just as low as comfortable. It's a great refresher for the low back, for the hips. Just nice, gentle movements. Good. We'll slowly begin to make our way to some stillness. Bringing that left foot off the ground, we're going to cross it over the right knee, finding a figure four. So you can either stay here, applying light pressure to that left leg to feel a stretch in the IT bands, or if it's comfortable, you can peel that right foot up off the ground, grab behind the hamstrings and hold here. Always an option to add whatever movements might feel good. Rock side to side, you can roll out the ankle, toes, or you can just stay still, really focus on your breath, slowing down. Let those shoulders relax and unclench the jaw, soften the face. We'll take one more deep breath here. As we exhale, we'll slowly release the leg down to the mat if it's not there already. We'll keep that leg crossed over and gently let the left foot fall off to the side as close to the ground as comfortable for a gentle twist. From here, you can either keep your gaze straight up at the ceiling, or you can start to reach that left hand over and let the gaze fall over the fingertips. Take 2 deep breaths here. The belly rise with each inhale. Whenever you're done with your 2 breaths, we'll gently begin to unwind. So if your gaze is to the side, we'll bring it up to the ceiling, gently starting to pick those legs back up, and then we'll uncross that left foot. And take time here, maybe take a breath. Go ahead and switch sides, bringing that right foot up, crossing it over the left knee. You can either keep those legs grounded and just apply light pressure on that right leg to find that IT band stretch, or you can start to peel that left foot up, grab behind the hamstring and hold here, wherever you're at. And melting the shoulders down, working to release our tension today. Play around if you want to add some movement. Rocking side to side, rolling out the ankle, getting out any cracks and creaks. And we'll take one more deep breath here. As we exhale, gently starting to release that leg back down if it's not already. We'll keep that right leg crossed over and gently let it fall off to the left side, getting as close to the ground as comfortable. Your gaze can either stay up at the ceiling, or you can start to bring that right hand down to the ground. Let the gaze follow for a gentle full body twist. These are inhales to really find length through the spine. Using the exhale to deepen that twist as you're able. Good. We'll take one more deep breath here. Once you've completed that, we'll slowly begin to bring our gaze up first if you had it off to the side. We'll gently pick those legs up off the ground, pull them back to the center. We'll uncross that right foot. Use your next inhale to drop both knees into the chest. If you want, you can cross the feet, you can keep them next to each other, whatever is most comfortable. You can find some stillness, welcoming that compression in the hips, or as I started doing automatically, begin to rock side to side if you like to add some movement. You can also draw circles with the knees, or mix and match. And find what feels good for you. If you decide to draw circles, we'll go ahead and switch directions. Maybe switch up your movements. Maybe find some stillness. Lots of options. Good. On your next inhale, we'll really pull those knees in close to the chest, as close as we can. As we exhale, we'll release the left leg, letting it go long and finding the mat. We'll turn the left toes out towards the edge of your mat to find a little stretch to the inner thigh and hip. And just let that leg be heavy. With the right leg, we'll begin to slowly pull it out a little bit wider towards the shoulder edge of the mat. Just hold here, really opening up through the hips, doing our best to keep those shoulders relaxed down to the mat. Release any tension in the jaw and the face. Just relax. Take one more deep breath here. As we exhale, we'll gently begin to pull that leg across to the left side, just going as far as comfortable and keeping both shoulders on the mat. We'll take one big inhale, finding that stretch through the IT band along the side of the leg to the glutes. And we'll slowly pull that knee back into the center, giving it one more hug. Release, letting the right leg find the mat. As we inhale, we'll pull that left leg in nice and close. Take a moment here to set ourselves up. So on that right leg, we're going to turn those toes out to the right towards the edge of your mat. Really open up through the inner thigh and hip. With that left knee, and we're going to kind of pull it out a little bit wider towards the edge of your mat. Let's find some stillness here. Really working on opening up through those hips, releasing any tension and tightness from sitting or just staying stationary. And to tense up those hips, we'll do our best to release. Breathing nice and easy. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. Good. After that second deep breath, we're going to slowly begin to pull that leg across the body and keeping both shoulder blades flat on the mat. Just gentle twist, little stretch again through that IT band into the glutes. And take one slow deep breath. Then after that breath, you can slowly begin to pull that knee back into the center. I'll release, letting the left leg find the mat. Now this last minute or so of class, just really focus on letting the body be heavy. We'll take some time to kind of check in with ourselves and notice how the body's feeling now versus how it was when we started. Really working to melt those shoulders down to the mat. Release the fingers and toes, unclench the kneecaps. And again, we'll unclench the jaw, soften the face, maybe even let the head just kind of turn off to the side if that's comfortable. Take time to just tune back in with your breath, feeling the chest and belly rise with every inhale, feeling everything compress down with each exhale. Continue to breathe nice and easy on your own. And release. All right. We'll slowly begin to add some movement back to the body, starting to wiggle the toes, maybe brush them against the fingertips, or roll that head from side to side. On your next inhale, go ahead and stretch, reach overhead, all the way through the fingertips. And as we exhale, we'll bring the palms together and down to the forehead, third eye center. Please know that you are more than welcome to continue laying here on your own if you want to get some more stretching, some more restorative poses. I encourage you to do so. Otherwise, I appreciate you all taking time out of your day to join me for this nice slow practice, giving the body a chance to just relax and refresh. We'll seal our time together with Namaste.